Okay, so I thought I'd do a little thing about my return to boxing. I want to start off by saying that I had my last fight in 2013. In that fight, I won 2 versions of a world title on the underground boxing scene. I got experience in glove boxing, 94 fights in glove boxing, 4 fights in bare knuckle and 4 fights in no rules. I'm boxed in a ring since 2013, so I'm 41 years old now, so sometimes I think, do I want it or don't I want it? And the answer is I do want it. And I think I train twice a day, every day. I push myself to limits even at 41, even though I'm unfit at the minute. I'm actually weighing 97 kilos at the minute, but the fight's happening at 80 kilos, which I'll talk about in a minute, which is quite daunting, but I know with the right training, with the right diet, with the right training, I can do it. And I'm just looking forward to getting back in there and getting the business done, hopefully, which, win, lose or draw, I'm turning up on that night. Okay, so like I said, I had 94 glove boxing fights. Out of them 94, I won 71, lost 21 and drew 2. I won 13 titles in total, mainly on the underground boxing scene. I once went to turn pro with Ricky the Hitman Hatton and Gary Boo Senior also. I spent quite a bit of time in Manchester in them gyms, but like I've said in other stories, that world was a slow moving world and I was so keen to scrap back in. All I wanted to do was fight. And they weren't able to provide that for me, so I turned my back on that side of boxing. I went back to the underworld boxing. I feel like the level I boxed at in the underworld boxing wasn't just your basic, pub fight kind of scrap. Some of them were really good fighters, and what I'm saying, back then, not so much these days, but back then they were schooled fighters. They had amateur experience. They just didn't want to turn pro because of all the commitments. They just wanted to get in the ring, have a scrap, get a bit of money and things like that. It's more stroking the ego really back then. But the hard thing about boxing is boxing is a sport where in football you got 10 teammates. In rugby, I don't know how many people on a rugby team, you've got teammates. In boxing, any combat sport, it's just you and your opponent and the referee. And I think the feeling of walking to the ring, the feeling of excitement, the feeling of getting your arm raised at the end, the feeling of the nerves before you go in the ring, the build up to the fight, everything the build up, I think it's very addictive, and it's something that's still in me that I can't shake it off. It's like I have to do it. I want to do it, but I have to do it, because if I don't do it now, then I'm never going to be able to do it, and I'm always going to have this feeling in my belly, the feeling of I've still got it. Okay, so I suppose the tricky part for me was getting a fight for the comeback, agreeing with someone to fight, because I wanted to fight in North Wales, you see, because so it's where I'm from. I don't live anymore, I live in Stoke now, but I'm from North Wales, and I want to do this fight for charity, and I believe that I'll generate more publicity, more charity, more money for charity by selling tickets, by doing a GoFundMe page. I just want to do it in North Wales. That's where I'm from. I want people to see me one last time, win, lose or draw, like I said earlier. And the thing is, my opponent, I could have gone for an easy route if I wanted to. I could have gone, I'm coming back, the first fight in years, 13 years. The obvious opponent would be a journeyman, an easy one, but I haven't gone down that route. I've gone down the route of, so my opponent is actually Jamie Edwards from Bangor. He's a multi-title champion at different weights, I think, and he's probably one of the biggest names he is the biggest name in that type of boxing at that weight, at 80 kilos. He's actually boxed at 75, but he's going to meet me at 80. And so I haven't chose an easy route. I said to myself, if I'm coming back, I want to fight the best there is. So I think Jamie, there was another person I wanted. I contacted that person, they didn't want it. I contacted another person, they didn't want it. And the thing is, I knew the reason I didn't contact Jamie first is because I thought he was a lot lighter than me, which he is lighter than me. I think he said he walks around at 80, boxes at 75. And I knew I was pushing on for 100 kilos. So I didn't really see him as an option, but then I thought, you know what? I seen a couple of his last fights and I studied him. I've known about him for years. He's a big name, isn't he? But I never really seen him as an option because of the weight difference. But I thought I will come down to that weight. And I just think it's going to be a brilliant fight, because we're both southpaws, we both like to bang, none of us will take a backward step. Both quite slick boxers, and I think it'll be a good night of boxing. See, if you go off my form, if I go back to 2013, 2012, in them 2 years alone, I had 13 fights in them 2 years with 13 wins. But the thing is, the year before that, 2011, like I spoke about in my story, I had 5 fights that year and won 1, lost 4. So it hasn't always been winning waves for me. It's been a hell of a roller coaster, up, down, and I want to get back on that seat and sit that roller coaster one last time. Listen, the way I see it is, I'm in recovery, me. So I'm in recovery. Jamie's in recovery, the fair play to him, he's a good lad. So there is no loser on this fight. That's not me copping the way out thinking I'm going to lose so I'll make it look better. It's not. There's no loser in this fight. Because what we're doing that night is we're showing whoever comes that night that there is 2 people who are once struggling in life, who are now prospering and doing an event like this. So I hope that inspires people. I hope that it makes people think, do you know what? If they can do it, we can do it. And I don't know Jamie's journey, do you know what I mean? But all I know is that he's prospering now. He's on a good road, and so I wish him all the best. You know what I mean? But I would just say, like, it hasn't been an easy ride for any of us, and to be arranging what we're doing and then doing what we're doing with this fight, because I'm sure it would sell. I'm sure with the other fights on the show, it'll be a sellout straight away, and it's what people want. People want to see bangers in a fight. They want to see a scrap, and that's what it's going to be in December. It is a scrap. And it's going to be a boxing fight, but it's going to be a scrap as well, and I can't wait for it. And I'll just say one last thing now. So the fight for me is going to be charity based. All my purse, all my tickets, or percentage of my tickets, whatever I get, I don't know how it works out. I don't know yet. But whatever I get for that fight is going to go to charity. I'll tell you charity in a minute. And then also I'm going to do a GoFundMe page closer to the time. And that is going to go to charity as well. And the charity I've chosen is Head Guest Unit in Bangor, the mental health unit in Bangor, because I've spent many years there in total, and they looked after me so well, and they're just so great with everyone that's there. And if this could buy them a few things for the ward, for the patients, or whatever, I would be grateful. I would love to be able to do that, to put something back into someone that put so much into me. So the fight's in December. Start training properly soon, and I'll keep you all up to date.